How do you feel about the sales of junk food and soda being prohibited to those under 18?
I'm for it because I believe that the habits that we develop are the product of things like our parents' teaching, but also the experiences that we have in a place like school where we spend the majority of our time.
I'm not sure that they should be banned because I think people should have the choice. Like, I made the choice, I don't drink soda, but I still eat junk food. So I think people should be able to determine for themselves what they should eat, but they should also think healthily.
It's no one's fault but your own if you're extremely overweight, because, I mean, we all have the choice of what we can and cannot eat. Just like you have the choice to eat a salad or go to McDonald's.
I feel that people's diets, as far as the food they eat, should be up to them.
I think it'd be kind of stupid, I guess. I mean, I don't know, like the research of why it's bad, but
I think that it's a bad idea because people should have the right to choose what they're going to eat.
As long as they prohibit them to those over 18 also, that'd be fine with me.
Why?
Because it's not good for them. And most people don't have enough sense, whether they're under 18 or over 18, to eat the right kinds of food.
So what led you to this opinion?
I wish I had done it when I was younger, and I wouldn't have ended up with diabetes.
When you look at the prominent display of Coca-Cola machines in places such as the Student Center, or you see them in every playground clubhouse, it just seems way too easy, and children are going to make bad decisions and then develop the habits.
If you're saying you said it was bad, right?
It's not the healthiest food, but, I mean, it tastes good.
Well, there are benefits to eating junk food because it's enjoyable.
It leads to obesity, which is one of the #1 causes of death in the U.S.
oh.
Because you said
Obesity.
because of his depression,
Well, if people were smart enough to watch how much they consume and whatnot, then you wouldn't have to worry about that kind of thing, so it's alright. If you have, as long as you have someone monitoring what you're eating, then whatever.
Because it's just food. I mean, like, you can eat bad food anywhere. It doesn't have to be junk food to be bad. I mean, it could have, like, partially hydrogenated soybean oil can kill you, and that's in, like, everything, so.
I don't know, it's kind of, I think it would be kind of hard to prohibit, like, all minors having candy and, like, sodas and stuff, because that's kind of, like, their life, if you think about it.
Yeah, but we're kids. I mean, that's what we do. We eat junk food. It's just how society is. It's not going to change. You can't be like, kids aren't allowed to get junk food because they're going to get it. It doesn't matter if they're going to smuggle it or they're going to buy it. They're going to get it. Junk food's like a natural.
So I think while it is not the healthiest food, it wouldn't be a problem if you have it in moderation and along with it, you know, exercise and things like that.
We know that sugars found in these items can become addictive, and then that leads to obesity and death. And we know that cigarettes can become addictive, that leads to cancer and death, and cigarettes are prohibited.
Like, cigarettes aren't food.
Well, I guess you could look at candy as an addiction, but I mean, I don't think that it's as serious as like drugs and alcohol.
There are people that can quit smoking, and if people can quit smoking, it's just as easy for people to overcome the urge to eat sweets and junk food.
I overheard Adrian's remark about addiction being something over which you have a choice, and I don't believe that. I think once the addiction is there, it's really hard to kick. Our brains are too complex, and if those pathways have moved us in the direction of believing that, you know, we should be drinking Coca-Colas, sorry for the product name, but any of these carbonated sugary drinks, then it's really hard to teach or reteach ourselves how to do what's good for us.
Junk food as well as cigarettes is a personal choice, and I don't know, I think you should be able to go with your personal choice, and yeah, we can do all we can to, you know, prevent as much as we can. We can prevent the sale of it, but I don't think it's right to outlaw it.
Some people say that it violates your right to choose.
It does, but there's some things we shouldn't be able to choose. Killing ourselves is one of those.
It's kind of one of those things where at first people are going to be against it because it's really unrealistic. People were really against seatbelts when first those came out. People were really against when cigarettes were banned. Eventually they kind of got over that as times moved on and they realized that they were wrong. if you do put a ban on certain amounts of junk food that have, you know, really, really high amounts that could really lead to addiction and obesity and death, it's like in the play, except reverse. Then people will at first kind of be against it because it's annoying and it's this new limitation and no one likes limitations, but they'll get over it. And also, it's not unreasonable. It's, you know, trying to prevent death. And yeah, you know, at first it's gonna suck, but guess what? When you realize that the population of people dying because of obesity is decreasing, they'll kind of get over it.